Alright guys, I hope you're all doing well and welcome to this live showdown. It's going to be myself on the Demons of Chaos facing off against Phoenix Blaze, who is going to be on Nurgle here on Celestial Lake. And it is of course going to be Red ULGOR. So honestly against Nurgle he's not bad. Anti-large, armor piercing, fire damage, magic damage, a lot of things that are very good against Nurgle. And he does heal himself with the Igor Feast ability, so that allows you to bring another caster outside of healing and have some fun. So let's see what they got. It is going to be an Exalted Great Unclean one, so Red ULGOR is certainly going to have his work cut out for him. And this is our secret sauce. This is probably not the most competitive pick, but these guys are super cool. They do fire damage, magic damage, hit like trucks, and oh, it looks like they do debuff stats nearby and make them weaker to fire as well. That's kind of a cool synergy, actually. But let's see what we got. So we got an Exalted Hero of Nurgle here. Yeah, we're probably going to have to play somewhere in this area. So what I'm thinking is, I don't know if you would actually see these pings. That'd be really funny. I've never experimented with that. But we have a Final Transmutation too. So if they blob up, I'm hoping we can get our money's worth. So let's move up here. What is this? Ping added by... Okay, that's the ping I did before. It's funny. Alright, so we're creeping around. Start shooting issue. Let's take Red ULGOR over here. We need to threaten both objectives. His army is going to be really nasty on a point. And I have a lot of shooting, though. I'm hoping I can kind of blast some of that army apart. We'll get you to hunt right here. These are going to be Plague Bearers and not Festering Stooges. Plague Toad's going to be chilling out right there. And I assume he's got some good anti-air. I do have the Changebringers to call in as well. So we're going to jump in there real quick, just take a bit of a freebie. Oh, that was a really interesting one. We like landed and then popped back up in the sky there. But do we go after the Exalted Hero? He's probably not going to let us have that. So let's move up like so, do this. And what do we want to call in? Let me go ahead and turn my... Okay, is the game sound on? Okay, yeah, it's on. Okay, Red ULGOR is angrily yelling, which is exactly what we want. All right, so the back objective is going to be protected. We're going to just do a little bit of cycle charging here. And now for you guys, we can just poke in there like so. Although, maybe just going in guard mode and ripping some shots into the Marauder Horseman throwing axes would be a bit of a smarter play. And now the pinks can start shooting at the Plague Bears there and the super cool cavalry pieces. We're going to wait in the back and see if we can, find a good engagement for them. So Red ULGOR is going to jump in right here. In the meantime, let's call in some good infantry, some Exalted Bloodletters to go to my opponent's back point. And Red ULGOR, oh yeah, it's Red ULGOR in time, dude. It was the best part in the movie when Red ULGOR'd all over them. All right. So he's landed. He hasn't made contact yet. Hopefully he will soon. The Exalted Beast is going to emerge. And when it does is when we pounce with our big boys and we get over there and party, right? I'm waiting for like a true blob for them to move in. We are getting some good melting DPS here. And Red ULGOR is, of course, going to be winning this particular fight, right? He'll do very, very well there. Let's call in the Hound to the Blood Hunt. Very good regenerating demon unit. So those guys know how to party. And up in the sky, we're just waiting for more targets. Could do a little Searing Doom here. What I'm going to do now is Alpha Strike this guy, the Exalted Plague Bearer, and send you in to eviscerate those guys. So Red ULGOR is doing quite well. Let's get our two range units and start shooting these. Red ULGOR is going to need to retreat, though. Let's pull you back, get you guys in melee versus those Plague Bearers. You emerge here, and you emerge right here. And let's get our Disc Master over there and see if we can find any opportunities. All right, so Red ULGOR is going to get back. Let's get these Hounds to help against the Plague Bearer units. Overall, these pinks are able to keep them honest. And here comes the DPS. So we should see the very quick demise of these Exalted Plague Bearers, I'm hoping. Red ULGOR, where is he going to land? We can get the pinks to start shooting here a little bit. Let's get you guys surfing over this direction. And Red ULGOR is now going to be descending on those units. Our front line is a little bit flimsy, obviously. It's not the best. So let's call in some good quality units, some Bloodletters to try and reestablish our frontline situation. Start going after the big man. And here on the outside, you can see we're getting huge damage against those Exalted Plague Bears. Yeah, very, very slow units. I'm hoping we can target them down. Red ULGOR is getting some slice and dice going. Let's go ahead and drop the slowing ability here on these units. So give Nurgle a taste of its own medicine. Pull them back a little bit. Finish off the Toads. Red ULGOR can battle that Exalted Great Unclean one. And we have annihilated that point on the side. So our kind of bouncing between the two objectives has done very well for us. Let's pull these Toads back. And Bloodletters are going to be arriving soon. Red ULGOR needs to come back here and help these guys out. So go after the Plague Toads. See if we can soften them up. We were able to take that point pretty decisively. So that was pretty big. We'll take our mobility across the back. See if we can find any opportunities here. Let's shoot at the Baron to the Bog, get you coming up, and Red ULGOR needs to work on them. Definitely focus down Baron to the Bog, and out of the zone here, we're going to call in a Screamer of Zeech because they're a good counter against Plague Toads. So those bad boys are going to roll up while Red ULGOR continues to cackle. Now, it's going to be tricky to catch these units. I think we save up for an overcasted Final Transmutation here. So we just need 2 more Winds of Magic. We do get slowed here. Let's retreat you guys back. Try and salvage their HP if we can because we don't have any Nurgle healing, so we got to be careful with that. And now Red ULGOR, he's actually in a little bit of a precarious position, but we just need 1 more Winds of Magic. Great, so that's going to do a ton of work right here. But Red ULGOR needs to escape. He's taken a little bit of a beating. Let's get some Plague Toads up, get those guys back and around, call you back this way, and we do get the big overcasted Final Transmutation. And now we just need to retreat while the Plague Bears continue to fight it out. Yeah, it's a close game, actually. I'm up on value, but remember, he's Nurgle and has access to a lot of healing, right? So it can change in the blink of an eye. Let's call you guys in, go for his back point. And then you guys come around the side, get on these Marauders. I'm going to have to probably yield my home objective for now. I just think it's the nature of the beast here based on how my opponent is playing, which is very, very well. In the meantime, we just kind of keep poking with our character. We do have our Knights of Doom. So let's get our Knights of Doom to go take his back objective. That feels like the smarter play. And we start shooting at the Plague Toads again. Our Toads were able to screen those guys out. And Red ULGOR goes after that Exalted Hero right there, hopefully. All right, Fury time. So we need Furies to just chase down these Troll Horsemen who are doing a really good job, mind you. They're doing a lot of damage. We do get in there. Toad's going to screen back and across. And let's get these guys, put them out of guard mode and make sure they focus fire correctly. Could drop another Searing Doom right here. That would actually be very strong. He's very, very bunched up. All right, so we're moving over here. So let's get you guys and you guys. And we'll get you going back here. And you Furies need to hunt these guys down. I think this fight's going to go well for us. Like, I feel like the Nurgle army here is taking a big old whooping right now. So I'm hoping we can carry that momentum. So we do get there. Let's get you on top of this. Exalted boys on there. Although they do have the Unholy Hand Grenades. Yeah, we do manage to get that engaged, which is very nice. Red ULGOR is champing it, man. He's hanging in there. But we probably need a little bit more. These guys, I don't know if they ever got their signal. We'll get some Hounds for quick support. And yeah, we almost got him off the back point. Almost. All right, so the Discmaster has arrived. Festering Stooges are going to be pretty scary. But I think if we move in with both of those, that should be enough to maybe win that fight. We do have a Searing Doom right here, too. So we're going to drop that right on the Festering Stooges. And we probably need to reinforce our back point here. So when we have enough, yeah, you can see he's kind of planning a bit of a run there, but I think his character is a little bit overextended, and Chad ULGOR is eventually going to get him. Let's call in some Screamers there, too, and reinforce his back point. All right, so let's get some Nurglings towards Objective 3. We got the big uns going down there pretty good. A couple of Plague Toads are on their way out, but we've almost got the Festering Stooges down. That's a really quick kill on that unit. Normally, they don't go down that quickly, right? All right, so let's get Big Man out. We got the Pinks shooting very effectively. Let's get these dogs around the side. And Red ULGOR can just cycle charge. He's actually, honestly, I'm not disappointed with his performance. He's doing pretty decently here. You do manage to harry and harass those horsemen too. All right, so let's go after the big man. Just keep cycle charging here. He's going to die soon, and when that guy dies, I think that's going to be cracking open the entire game for us. I feel it'll be over from there. Horsemen are shut down, and the Exalted boys, and the Heralds of Khorne's Fury. Yeah, they're not doing bad at all, man. I'm very impressed with their performance so far. We could call in Changebringers, but my opponent obviously probably has some Furies in reserve, so that'd be a little bit precarious. Sweet Sorrow's a cute one, but we do get the big man down. That's probably going to be the end of the road. Sourguts still have a pretty healthy model count, and Red ULGOR is going to be able to dominate that Exalted Nurgle character too. All right, so back we go. Couple Hounds here. Man, this fight is still going okay too. Those are more Exalted Plague Bearers. We're able to get through the Festering Stooges. Let's come back this way. Hounds lurk in the tree line, and for you, let's just clean up these guys real quick. No, we don't need to. We can just run away probably. All right, let's go get that character. You guys take down the Popcorn Bandit, and we have a double cap right now. We are down on points a little bit, but I think without the big character, my opponent is just going to be done for. Let's get these Hounds ready for a bit of a flank there. Exalted Bloodletters, able to get it done, man. Doing really, really good work. So we have 22 WOM. We could save up for another final transmutation. Here, the Nurglings are going to get pounded and taken down. Just call it a little bit of speedy capture weight just to make sure we don't lose this point. So we're going to get a full surround on these Pestigors. So we'll attack here. We'll attack here. That honestly should be enough to break them. And with the Nurglings coming in, that'll get the job done. All right, so Red ULGOR needs to hunt down this character. I think it's better from here if we just play on 2 objectives. I don't think we need to play 3. Back here, we're able to secure this, so we'll just leave. We'll send the Sourguts up to fight, because when they explode in melee, they actually do some respectable damage. We're going to save up for more Demon Prince abilities. I don't think it's worth it to use Sweet Sorrow. We'll save up for something a little bit fancier. The Exalted Bloodletters, though, did some serious work. Changebringers could be a decent idea. We do have aerial dominance at this point with Red ULGOR, and he is able to karate chop that Exalted Hero, so he gets it done there. And what are we going to get? What ability will the gods give us? What does Zeech want us to party with right now? Ooh, Fecundity. That's pretty gods here, actually. Getting a heal on Red ULGOR is going to be sweet. I mean, he does have his own passive healing, but I think that is the place that we use it. All right, so from here, you guys just shoot these guys off. Let's save up for something big and fancy. My opponent going to be anchoring down their forces here and just preparing a bit of a strike. Red ULGOR should be able to cause some serious havoc. Sending in the Sourguts into the big expensive units is very, very good. And we do have a final transmutation also. All right, so what do we got in the bushes? The Frolickers Bubonic, so let's go get our Nurglings to go after them, and we can call some Furies over the top. 2 Hound units, we'll reallocate them to Group 4, and now we have some big money. All right, so we can call in, what do we want to call in? Changebringers at 1,500. We could do the Heralds of Khorne's Fury. That's very much an option, and now we have engaged with the Sourguts. So Hound units and Hound units can go just like so, and we rear charge those Frolickers there. And I don't think we need to wait for an overcasted one. I think we're just going to do a basic one here. Should get the job done. And Red ULGOR will just charge right into the front line and should be able to finish the job. All right, so Changebringer's coming in to try and clean up. In the backfield, it looks like a little bit of rear harass, but nothing too crazy. That is going to be a lot of damage. The little squealing Tzeentch Demon, he's doing great. Frolickers should be taken apart there, and he calls in Baron to the Bog, which won't be able to do anything against my Flyers here. We're going to be laughing it up pretty hard. All right, Red ULGOR, back you go after the Plague Toads. Let's keep some Nurglings very safe on this point. Frolickers, Bubonic being very troll. We do have another Searing Doom to use on top of the lead infantry. That's typically what you're going to be wanting to do. My opponent is going to tap out from there. So GG, well played. It was a fun one for sure. I think against Demons of Chaos, I think it's a little bit risky to bring the big man. I mean, he's still got 2,000 value, but there's a lot of Tzeentch firepower, and typically, you know, Tzeentch is one of the better factions against. I mean, Nurgle plays fine against Tzeentch, but Tzeentch does have many elements like range shooting and fire damage, right? Things that are very good against Nurgle. So what I advocate for, I think in the Demons of Chaos matchup, probably be a Sorcerer Lord of Nurgle, backed up by 2 heroes. The hero did really well, 1,300 value, about paid for himself, despite being, you know, fighting something that's very, very strong. Actually got more value than ULGOR. But yeah, 2 of those, and Plague Bearers are fine. They can certainly absorb a lot of damage. I'd have to think about that. That's an interesting one. So let's go to the drawing board, actually. We'll do that right now. Red ULGOR did fine. Final Transmutation was great. Sour Guts are super good. Pinks are great. RMR Cavalry at 1,200 isn't bad. And the thing is, you have to remember, these guys imbue fire weakness. So when they were fighting with my Cornate Demons, when they were fighting shoulder to shoulder with my Exalted Bloodletters, they were adding 20% fire damage, which was augmenting not only their damage, but the damage of my demons, which is really, really good, actually. Pesties, you know, they do give you Vanguard capture weight, but generally they're pretty useless against demons. Like, they fold up really quickly to all the demon infantry. I might consider, like, Chaos Warriors instead. It's a tough choice, but Toads are fine. Barons of the Bog are always pretty good. Angels of Decay can be decent. We had 2 Horsemen. One big weakness of this build, if I had to give some feedback on it, was it needs more of an Air Force. Because there's a really degenerate playstyle you can do. Is I can come in with a bunch of Changebringers, and if all he has is 2 Marauder Horsemen and like 1, you know, Fly to stop me, and I have double Changebringer and a big Air Force, he's dead. He's just gonna get steamrolled. So I almost did it in the pregame, but yeah, you need to probably max out on Furies. Like at least 3 Furies, I would say, is safe. If you go 3 Furies plus Angels of Decay, that's probably gonna cover your base. And then you bring Rancid Visitations on a character on the ground like a Sorcerer, and you can help snipe those Changebringers. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. GG, well played. We'll be back with more games soon. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it for tonight.